Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. We are here in Lisbon, Portugal. Why did I say Lisbon? Lisbon, welcome to Lisbon. We actually learned that the way to pronounce this place is Lisboa, so I guess that's why it came out. We are in a new city today, and we're going to be giving you guys a guide on the cheap food in Lisbon. This place is a little complicated when it comes to cheap food, but just so you guys know, we're partnering up with Hostelworld for this video, so make sure that you check out Hostelworld in the description below. We'll talk a little bit more about them after. Before we do anything else, let's roll the intro. Alright my friends, welcome to Lisbon. We are here in the capital city of the country of Portugal. Brand new country we're exploring. Everything is super picturesque and Instagrammable, but also the food is incredible. Now here's the deal. I did a lot of research for this video so far, and it's been very difficult to come up with a list of cheap budget foods because it's just not a thing in Portugal. But there's a few options I'm gonna hit you guys with, and we're gonna try to do the best job at giving you guys the information for this stuff. Portugal is famous for what, Steve?
Pastries, or as they call it here,
pastel or pastiche.
Pastiches.
We're having such a fun time speaking Portuguese. We are about to head over to a really famous pastry shop. We're gonna give you guys some more information, but we want to show you guys some cheap options for you when it comes to pastries. So let's head over there right now. We are outside of Mantequeira right now. They are known as the fabricators of the pastel de nata. That's what it says on the outside of their thing. You can kind of translate that for yourself. This is a pastel de nata. It is the most famous pastry in all of Portugal. It's basically egg yolks and some custard in this little tart, and it's super famous. It's eaten all across the country. It originated here in Lisbon, Portugal. Yesterday, we actually went to visit the origins of this place in a place called Pastel de Belém. That was like the neighborhood that it originated in. It's a little more expensive there, but this thing can be found in pretty much any bakery. This thing can be found pretty much everywhere across Portugal. We just got it for €1 here, and the appeal of going to this one is that you don't have to wait in a long line. It's usually not super busy, and you can actually see them making it. And it's actually more in the heart of Lisbon rather than the other one that's kind of far out. Enough talking, let's try it out. Wow, super creamy, nice and soft. It kind of even tastes like it has a little bit of cinnamon in it. I really like it, and this is a cheap food that you can pick up anywhere. It's not necessarily going to fill you up, but it's a way to stay local when you're here in Lisbon and you want to eat something that's authentic and not just run off to like a chain restaurant. So try these out for sure when you're here, and let's jump off and try out our next food. Hey friends, I should probably introduce, this is Rob and Julia from Hostelworld. Hi. They've been hanging out with us for the last few days, and they're hanging out with us right now. You guys excited for some delicious Portuguese food?
Some salmon wraps.
Some salmon wraps. All right, so a few things to explain about the cuisine here in Lisbon. It is hard to find cheap food in Lisbon, that's true, but overall, Lisbon is not an expensive city. It's definitely cheaper than Paris, it's cheaper than London, it's cheaper than a lot of places in Western Europe. So you're going to be able to usually get a lot of food for relatively cheap. Now, once again, the whole point of this series is to give you guys some sort of local recommendation, something that's eaten here by the locals for a budget, so that way you don't have to go to a chain restaurant, something like that. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. First thing that you want to do when you come to Lisbon is get off of the touristy tracks. There's lots of different roads here that are filled with tourists, especially kind of the old center part of town. We've taken the tram as far as we can go pretty much to the edges of the town, and we've come to a very quiet, secluded area. There's literally almost nobody around us right now. It's just us in here. But there is one thing that is really high up there. It is a very popular dish in Portugal and in Lisbon specifically. It's called bacalhau. It's basically codfish, like a codfish salad / codfish omelet, something like that. And they actually have it here in this place. And it only costs €6.50. So that's pretty dang cheap. That's a pretty good thing. And I've had a bacalhau, I think it was like an omelet or something like that the other day, and it was very filling, and I think it only cost about €7 as well. So that's something that you're gonna want to kind of keep an eye out for. We're gonna order some food right now and show you guys what we get, and we'll taste it on up for you. Here we go. Here's our bacalhau salad. It's got these little beans on top and the actual codfish right here. You got little pieces. Here we go. It's one of those things, the first thing you want to describe this thing as is just fresh. Everything in here just tastes really fresh. This is gonna give you a lot of food. It's a good bang for your buck, I think, for €6. It's gonna fill you up for sure. And it's got a lot of healthy stuff in it, and it's somewhat local, so this is a good thing to try out when you're here. All right, so we've jumped deeper back into the city now. We're actually near our hostel. Hostel is literally right over there. And there's actually this whole open air market that goes on right next to our hostel. So we've come to a stand that sells pastiches, which is basically pastries. And these are pastiches, I think that's how you say it, with pastry with filling. And there's a bunch of different types of pastries with filling. We're getting a bunch of different things right now. We got a mix and mash of some of the best stuff. Definitely the most Portuguese one. We asked, what is the most Portuguese? It is this one with codfish inside, because of course codfish is a big thing. These guys are super cheap. You can get them anywhere, and we're gonna try them for you on camera right now. Alrighty, so by far the most famous one, the Pastiche de Bacalhau. This is the one with the codfish inside. I'm about to take a bite of this thing. Pretty good. It's a little dry. We were given little packets of mayo and ketchup to put on this stuff. I bet it would be a lot better with a little sauce. Here we go. A lot better with a little bit of sauce. Once again, that's a little food you can pick up, whether it's on the street. I know that tons of bakeries sell this because it's a very popular dish. And it's pretty solid. It's a pretty good thing. It kind of tastes like a deep fried fish stick.
I don't love it, but I like it.
It's not crazy good, but honestly, the codfish has a very distinct flavor. It's kind of like a creamy. I don't know how to explain it.
It's not too fishy as per se. I'm not a huge fan of fish. This is a more mild fish flavor, and it's good.
All right, so the rest of these pastiches, they're all filled up with different things. Here we got a vegetable, and let's try this. It's essentially just a egg roll with vegetables inside. Here we got one with chicken. Oh wow, that one's really good. The batter on this one is super thick, and the chicken slices are pretty big as well. This one has chicken curry inside. This is the last one we're gonna try here. Let's take a bite. Oh my God, they're killing it on the chicken ones. This one is amazing. This one throws me back to food that we have in Israel. It's very, very similar. This one's my favorite by far out of all the ones. Chicken curry, incredible. These little pastéis is something that you can get pretty much anywhere that you go. They're all over the place in any bakery. This one is really, really close to our hostel. And speaking of our hostel, I want to give you guys a little bit of information of how we're teaming up with Hostelworld to bring a super cool party to Lisbon, Portugal, and celebrate with them on their 20th birthday, as well as what Hostelworld is. So let's jump to our hostel. All right, mother flowers. So we are here in the Independent Hostel. Now, before this room was completely trashed as it is right now, it was actually really beautiful. And here's some beautiful B-roll of what this room looked like before. And the reason it's so trashed is because we just spent all last night partying our little butts off, celebrating the 19th out of 20th party that Hostelworld was doing around the world in different cities. Me and Steve hosted the one in Barcelona. We also hosted the one here in Lisbon last night, and it was absolutely amazing. Everybody had a good time. Independent Hostel had a really, really cool hostel here in Lisbon. They have suites, sort of like the one we're in right now, super nice, a little higher class, and they have basic dorms like hostel dorms, which are really cool as well. And Hostelworld, of course, the people who set this whole thing up, they're actually the ones who brought us out to Europe in the first place. They are your #1 option when it comes to booking a hostel. Every hostel pretty much in the world is listed on their website, and you can book hostels really easily through there and securely on Hostelworld's website. As well, their app has got a bunch of really cool features, so make sure that you check them out down below in the description. Send them some love and let Hostelworld know that we love them because they are supporting this channel, so make sure that you support them back. Now, when it comes to cheap food, why I wanted to mention this hostel is because this hostel actually comes with a free breakfast. So whether you're staying in the hostel portion of this hostel or in the suite portion of this hostel, it actually comes with a free breakfast included in the stay. Yes, it might not be 100% local, but keep in mind that if you're coming to Lisbon, it might be worth looking for a hostel, sort of like Independent Hostel, that has a free breakfast included. Now that we've mentioned this hostel and how awesome Hostelworld is, and thank you so much for sponsoring this episode, let's jump back into the city and go find some more cheap food. Alrighty, as this search for cheap food continues, we have jumped to a neighborhood or a part of the city called Rato. I was told to come to this subway station, Rato subway station, to look around in this specific area for a sort of menu of the day of different things that they have in a restaurant. But also, we have a new friend who's joining me and Steve right now on this adventure. Hola. This is my boy Jay Cation. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He's vlogging here in Europe. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, man. Having fun.
We're gonna go get some cheap food with Jay as well. So right now, we don't have any specific restaurants that we're looking for. I was just told to come to this area, try to go down some streets, try to look for something. We're gonna see if we can find exactly what we're looking for right now. Alright, so we found a restaurant called Perola de Rato. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but inside they have a pasteria, so they make pastries as well, but also they have a prato del dia, or mini pratos. It's sort of like a menu of the day here in Portugal. We're gonna head on in. They're a little cheaper than normal. The deal is that you have to eat standing up, that way it stays cheaper, so you don't actually sit down. Well, we got 3 vloggers filming food. Everyone's running around to get the shot. The nice B-roll of the food that just came out. All right, so we just got our 3 dishes. The 3 of us are obviously overwhelmed because we didn't think it was gonna be this much food. but this is a lot of food. So keep in mind, once again, these are half portions of a normal meal. So you pay double this price and you get a full portion. But this is pretty big to begin with. These are large portions. So I'm gonna show you guys what we have right now. Here we have, I'm gonna try to pronounce this correctly, picana a brasileira de ananas. And this is like a cut of sirloin steak with pineapple on top. You got some spinach, it looks like, some beans, some fries, rice. Very hearty, delicious, I think very healthy meal as well. This is carne de porco portuguese. It's like Portuguese pork. There you go. It smells like it has like a little bit of like a sweet and sour sauce almost. This is a veal stroganoff with fries. You got some carrots, you got some rice, and obviously you have a lot, and I'm talking a lot of veal meat right there. That's a lot of protein for your power. If you're backpacking, if you're trying to be on a budget, right there for €7, that's an incredible meal to fill up on. So we're gonna dive into this right now. We're gonna try all of this. I'm super excited to eat it. Let's jump into the food. All right, so Jay and Steve are gonna try the pork first. I don't eat pork, so these are gonna be our test subjects for this.
We got a nice piece right here.
I'm gonna get a nice piece with some potatoes with it.
Try it out.
That initial flavor, whatever sauce that's cooked in, is delicious.
A little bit of the cilantro too. It's good.
Cooked very well. This is great.
Yeah, for $6.70, you have to stand up and eat it, but €6.70, that's an amazing deal.
I'm a pineapple guy. I love pineapple on pizza, so I'm excited to try this. All right, so I'm gonna build a little castle out of this because I want to try it the way God intended. Here we go. This meal right here, very reminiscent to me of like Cuban food. Super good. All this tastes super, super fresh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the veal. This is I'm really excited for. It's very different than getting like a steak. It's a lot brighter meat. Try some of this just on its own real quick and see what that's like. Oh my God. I can't believe that's being sold for €6. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Hands down my favorite one. Delicious. That is amazing. I think that's such a cool budget deal. If there's anything that you draw from this video, look for these mini pratos. This is gonna be the best deal I think for you overall in Lisbon. If you're looking for some cheap food, but also want to stay authentic to the flavors of Lisbon. All right, so we are just exiting our delicious restaurant. €21 for 3 people, for 3 delicious dishes that were filling and a coffee for Jay. That was an incredible meal. Honestly, just mind-blowing how delicious that was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video, and we're gonna see you guys in the next one. Make sure you go follow Steve. He's in his underwear specifically for this outro, just so you guys go subscribe to his channel. Make sure you go subscribe to Jaycation as well. If you want to support this channel, please check out Hostelworld down below in the description, and maybe even stay with Independent Hostel when you're here and your next stay in Lisbon. We have loved every moment here. Your Portuguese word of the day today is going to be obrigado, which means thank you. Alright, if you want a bonus, it'll be Pastiches de fachaus. Castel de castaus, fachaus de fachaus. And I'm gonna let you guys translate that yourself. We love you guys a long time. If you want to support this channel, you can buy some merchandise just like this cool old shirt in the description or on screen right now. Goodbye, class.